Hey everybody, here's Julio with God Family and Land here in our backyard. Today's episode is going to be about replanting some of our peppers that grew. We used to have a Tabasco pepper and Asian pepper where I have some videos that I put in the past. Well, due to the weather conditions and our dog, we had to cut down our Asian pepper, which gave us a ton of peppers all year round. But the pepper actually produced a bunch of babies, which you can see all the way the little patch of peppers. That's from the original Asian pepper, and the seeds just kind of spread out throughout the rest of this little bed. We actually have some already growing. And what we're gonna do today is that we're actually gonna transplant some of this. That one I'm gonna leave right there to grow because it's already producing fruit. But the other ones that are too dense and too crowded, we're gonna separate them and put them into individual potters. Fortunately for us, we got this for free. The construction site next to us donated that to us. Once they finished planting all the little bushes around their property, I went and asked the landscape manager, and he said that I could have this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get some potting mix here from the Kellogg company. We bought this at the Home Depot, and we're gonna fill this up and grab each one of these as we go. So start separating them. I might leave some of them in place or just kind of spread them out more. Plant them more planned. This wasn't planned. This is just a bunch of seeds just grew out there. So what happens is when the peppers fall, they fall into the ground and they dry and they become seeds, and the seeds become plants. So stay tuned. Well, once we get finished with this, we'll see how many of these pots we can fill up. All right, stay tuned. Bye-bye. All right, so here we are. We already filled some of these buckets with dirt, with organic compost. Got a couple of them left to go. We'll see how many we end up getting. All right guys, so just a quick update on our progress. Jessica and I have already filled some of this up. Look at this. This is the little patch. I feel like I still got more than 60% left. And we still got some of these buckets still empty. We went through about 3 bags of potting mix. And we already filled some of these containers, and believe it or not, we put more than one stem in here. There's actually 4 in here, and even with that, we have actually filled how many, Jessica? 17. Wow. Oh my goodness. And this is only one section of it. I don't know if you guys can see from here, but there's still another little patch back there next to the bricks and the pumpkin. So we already got 17 buckets full of this Asian peppers. Wow, what a blessing, what a blessing. We got rid of one plant, and that one plant produced not even 17 other plants, more than that, because we got 17 buckets, which means that there's probably more than 17 plants in those 17 buckets. Each bucket has about 3 to 4. Anyways, but what is Bella up to now? Excuse me, are you going through my dirt? Ian, look what Bella's doing. Excuse me, that is not food. Uh-oh. Well, at least we know she's vegetarian. Is it kind of earthy? Caroline knows what that joke is about. Caroline is my mother-in-law. She took a trip to Alaska, and she was telling us about a lady that did a field trip. I guess they were trying to eat some kind of something along the path. I don't know if it was berries or some kind of fruit, a herb. And the tour guide said, it tastes kind of earthy. Anyways, long story short. All right, we'll be doing an update later. I'll let you guys know when we're finished and see how many we end up with. See you in a minute. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, this is Julio with God Family and Land, the Lopez Homestead, here in our backyard, and I just wanted to bring you the last update where we ended up with containers that we were filling with the peppers. So we had to wait until the next day because it got dark, and we didn't get a chance to finish recording because it was too dark to record. So I'm gonna pass it on to Jessica right now. She's gonna tell you how many we ended up with. Let me go ahead and flip the camera.
Hi everyone. So in yesterday's episode we had explained in this big garden bed we had a bunch of Asian peppers that just fell off the original tree that we had, and all of the seeds dried up and eventually germinated and produced a bunch of these Asian pepper plants that just went along this garden bed. So as you can see, we actually still have more to pull out of this garden bed and put into individual pots. Just to give you an update, yesterday alone, just in this small patch here, I was able to fill up 28 containers full of nothing but Asian pepper plants. So as you can see, there's a lot of containers here and more that go along the rest of the garden bed, and some over here that are on the edge. And we still have more to actually pull up, some right here in this area, which we might actually leave this one here, but all the surrounding ones we're going to take out just so we can use this garden bed for something else. But just a quick note, if you are interested in growing peppers of any kind, whether it's Asian peppers, Tabasco peppers, jalapeno peppers, banana peppers, it doesn't matter what climate, where you live. We live in a very hot, humid climate here in Florida, and so something that we notice is that the peppers, they will thrive. Now, if you notice, I'm going to show you a couple of plants here. If you notice this plant right here, this Asian pepper plant, it is green, very green. It's thriving. The flowers haven't bloomed just yet, but the leaves are just thriving. They're not wilting at all. So they're doing very well with this humidity. Now, if you look at the container ones that we did, you look at this one and these right here, they are wilting from the heat, but they will recuperate. My husband and I have been planting these Asian peppers for the past 2 years now, and one thing we noticed is in the beginning we almost wanted to give up because we thought that maybe we're doing something wrong, or maybe they're just not doing very well with this humidity, with this heat here in Florida. But it takes time for these plants to adjust to the heat, and then they'll go ahead and they will start thriving again. One thing that we have decided to do is to kind of help the plants here. We decided to put a shade cloth probably within the next week or so. We're going to put one that goes along from that end of the raised bed to here, just because we want the pepper plants to thrive and be healthy. More than likely we are going to give these away to family or friends who could use them, or maybe even take them to the farmers market and sell them. So we have a lot to go through, so we will do another episode soon, and that will be probably our final episode for the peppers, and we'll give you a complete count of how many peppers we actually pulled, and that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching with us, and have a blessed day.